baby. Only a pink all over you. Mm. Okay.
Is Elias Mackos on CJAD 800. Welcome back. Close to 100,000 Quebecers are waiting to see a dermatologist, making this wait list the longest of any medical specialty. Between April 1st, 2023 and March 31st, 2024, the average wait time for these patients was 198 days with a median of 81. About 200 dermatologists work in the public system, and many are saying that things are headed in the wrong direction. No kidding. Joining us is David Reynaud, Senior Manager Advocacy at the Canadian Cancer Society. David, thank you for your time this morning.
Yes, thank you for the invitation, and happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much. So, why are the wait times so long?
Yes, that's a good question. You know, as you said, when we see that there's 100,000 people on the wait list to see a dermatologist, and about, you know, if you round numbers, 50% of them are out of delay. You know, of course, that's for reasons, and these are not specific we see.
So is it a problem with the private taking away dermatologists from the system? Is it the costs? I mean, break it down for us, please.
Yes, well, at CCS, we really believe that people should get, you know, timely access to treatment. So at the time that they need the treatment that they need, you know, without having to pay out of pocket. And what we see, you know, from the data is that capacity are not up to the demand, you know, right now in Quebec. So we really urge the government to put more resources, maybe to find a way on how they could modernize trajectory of care, integrate maybe new technology that could be something maybe that can be done to make sure that the health system has the capacity so people can see their specialists without having to pay out of pocket. You know, that's for sure.
Now this comes. I mean, we're in the middle of a heat wave. I mean, it's no secret for anybody. I mean, the sun is more and more of a factor.
Yep.
So obviously, we are talking more and thinking more about the health of our skin. And so, do you have any numbers, any data showing that there is more issues that need the attention of a dermatologist? Are skin cancer numbers on the rise? Is there an issue on what I would call the demand side?
Yeah, that's a really good question. What we see is that Melanoma, so like one of the skin cancer, is like the it has the highest incidence rate, right, increase in the last few years. So we see that skin cancer are on the rise, despite the fact that ultimately 65% of melanoma, for example, can be prevented by reducing ultraviolet radiation exposure. So at the same time, we have, a shortage and access, with long wait time, and at the same time, we could do some prevention. So at CCS, for example, especially with the heat wave that's coming, it's the summer, people want to go out, so just make sure to check the UV index every day, and if it's 3 or higher, then you should take some barrier to protect yourself from UV rays, ultimately. So you could seek shade if you decide to, I don't know, stay at a park, read a book, the first shaded area. You could cover up to make sure that, the least of your body is exposed directly to the sun. You can wear a hat. We recommend the round hat to protect at the same time your face, your ears, your neck.
So this is very important now, because the thing is that if we don't do this, if we don't protect ourselves from the sun, uh, if that will necessarily and most probably generate some sort of skin problem, then there won't be dermatologists around to help us out. So prevention becomes a necessity. How do we convince people? Because I mean, I walk around, I try to stay out of the sun, I limit my exposure, I cover myself up, I use sunscreen if I stay out too long. But I see people outside, and you don't see a lot of people, you know, putting in practice these measures. Um, what can we do, or what can we say that will convince people out there that this is serious? And at the end of the day, there may not be a doctor to help you out if you do have a problem.
Yeah, that's a really good statement, and first, at TCS, we try to use every opportunity that we have to talk about, the risk of UV exposure ultimately, and thank you for providing this opportunity. But outside of that, it sure needs to have more prevention, maybe campaign at the governmental side or from other organizations, just make sure that people are informed, on the risks associated with UV. And sometimes, I think most of people, they know that they need some kind of protection, but like the full information to make sure that they do all they can to prevent skin cancer. And as we said, ultimately we can prevent around 65% of melanoma just by reducing our UV exposure. So that's a good number, and but it's not the only, thing. Of course, what I would say to people is also they know their body. Just make sure to check yourself regularly, even if you don't not exposed to the sun, because it can happen there too. So if there are some changes, like if you have to go to how you can see a dermatologist, because it's the good part, ultimately, is that when you have risk of cancer and you need to see a dermatologist, usually you're fast tracked, so you will see if you have cancer signs, a dermatologist faster than some other conditions. So I just want to reassure people that, if you have signs of cancer, ultimately you should not wait 8 years before seeing dermatologist or something like that.
Okay, so if you either get to go through the guichet, or you have your family doctor, or
Yeah.
if you show signs something going wrong with your skin, you will be fast tracked and you will see a dermatologist.
Yes, because ultimately when the family physician or the GAP, they refer you to a dermatologist, you have a priority rate. And when you have signs of cancer, your priority is higher. So ultimately, it's not perfect because it's at the discretion of the physician. I believe that physicians are competent, but ultimately, it's not like a mechanic way. You have signs, and it's at the discretion of the physician, but you should get fast tracked and see a dermatologist maybe in 3 months if you need it, or sometimes even a couple of weeks if their condition it's more advanced, from what the physician can see.
I think the key here, the key takeaway here is prevention. Take care of yourself, so you'll do everything you can to avoid having to see a doctor. David, thank you so much for your time this morning. Great advice.
Thank you for the invitation, and have a nice day.
You too. David Reynaud, Senior Manager, Advocacy at the Canadian Cancer Society. Time now to check on your traffic from the CJD Traffic Center. And here again is Debbie Marcel.
Well, we have one lane available in each direction at the Illitour Bridge, but soon they'll give you a second lane toward Vaudreuil for the afternoon commute. Right now, traffic backs up before des Anciens Combattants and is causing congestion on Boulevard des Anciens Combattants to board the 20. A lot of traffic on the 20 westbound through Île-Perrot. You're dealing with the traffic lights there. That's what's really slowing things down for you on the westbound 20. Eastbound side of the Trans-Canada backing up from the St. Charles Avenue entrance, and then it slows at Highway 13. We had an accident in the access to the 13 North. It's heavy 13 North into Laval from before Henry Bourassa, and 20 westbound slows through Ville Saint-Pierre from before Angrignon, northbound to carries from Sherbrooke slow up to the Metropolitan. Gear up for summer at Sports Experts and Atmosphere. Take advantage of deals of up to 40% off a selection of bikes, camping equipment, and much more. Details in store. Let us know what you see on the roads. Call in your tips to Star 800, your next report at 11:30.
Thank you, Debbie. Stay informed and up to date wherever you go with the iHeartRadio app. Breaking news from CTV, up-to-the-minute traffic and weather, along with in-depth interviews and compelling conversation from your favorite shows on CJD 800. We have the podcasts as well. Andrew Carter, The Big Five, Vashi Kapelos, Montreal Now, and so much more. Plus access to hundreds of other local, national, and radio stations. It's all free. It's at your fingertips. The iHeartRadio app. Download it.
There's only one line of trucks that's outsold all others for 58 years. Only one with the available Power Boost hybrid engine on select models that delivers performance and efficiency. It's the truck that all others are measured by. You know the one. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Right now, lease the 2024 F-150 STX with Black Appearance Package for $114 weekly for 24 months with $4,300 down. Cash value of $60,735. Visit your Quebec Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
Mark Saltzman doesn't just celebrate technology, he demystifies it. For tech news you can use, interviews, reviews, and how-tos, tune in to Tech Talk, Saturday afternoons at 2 on CJD 800, powered by the Epson EcoTank Pro, epson.ca.
By insuring your home and car with Desjardins Insurance, you can save up to 15% on your home premium. Now that's worthy of your attention, kind of like Mr. Whiskers. Get an online quote. Conditions and limitations apply.
We got a nice long weekend coming up. I can't wait.
Yeah, and the Happy Birthday to Moi event at Jean Coutu. I can't wait. A festive weekend awaits at Jean Coutu with the Happy Birthday to Moi event and a ton of great offers for the first anniversary of the Moi program. Don't miss out. Plus, until June 26th, get 250 points when you purchase any mascara or lipstick and 100 points when you buy select Quebec products. Look for all the other great offers in your app. Details at jeancoutu.com. Certain conditions apply. Moi is a registered trademark.
This is What's on Montreal, powered by Tanguay, your comfort zone.
It's Saint Jean-Baptiste long weekend, and here's a taste of what's going on in our city. There are many concerts to choose from, including iconic country group Brooks and Dunn. They'll be performing June 21st at the Bell Centre. If indie folk music is more your style, Australian brother-sister duo Angus and Julia Stone bring their living room sessions tour to Place des Arts on Friday. Another great option is the Bluegrass and Old Time Jamboree. That's taking place in the Mile End on Saturday, and it's part of the 10th edition of the Marché des Possibles. It's fun for all ages, and guess what? It's free. From the radio waves to the stage, chart topper The Kid Leroy will perform his hits at Place Belle on Saturday. And if you aren't in the mood for music, you can always check out the Grand Poutine Fest in Chateauguay. That takes place Saturday until Monday. Have a great long weekend. For What's on Montreal, I'm Lauren Fernandez.
There's more at CJAD800.com. What's on Montreal, powered by Tanguay, your comfort zone.
When the time comes to choose a new Toyota, never compromise on quality. Lease your new Toyota at Spinelli Toyota.
It's the Red Tag Days at Spinelli Toyota. Enjoy an exclusive Spinelli discount of $3,500 in cash on select Toyota models like the 2024 Double Cab different lease starting at $200 per week for 60 months at 6.99% with zero down payment. Offered from $63,502.
Spinelli Toyota, the address of choice for all automotive services in Lachine and Point Claire.
Picture a chill summer moment. Now, add a McFlurry. Nice, right? Now add the new strawberry cheesecake McFlurry with real strawberry pieces and cheesecake flavored cookie dough. Super chill. Available for a limited time at participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
If you work in construction, listen carefully to the following message. That is the sound you could be hearing for the rest of your life, because the noise on your construction site could leave you practically deaf. Employers and workers, let's apply noise reduction measures and protect our hearing. A message from the CNESST.
When big news happens,
protesters have entered one of the buildings on campus.
Montrealers know where to turn.
Police used chemical irritants to disperse the crowd.
Watch CTV News at 6 and visit ctvnewsmontreal.ca.
Live, local, and letting you have your say. The Elias Macco Show. CJAD 800.
Thank you for joining us. David Hertel in for Elias. Well, we started the show off this morning talking about the passing of an icon, not just a comedian. I think a worldwide acting icon. Some of you actually Also, Bruce Hills from Just for Laughs. Bruce texted me that dog was fantastic in Animal House. Animal House. Here again, I played it to open the show this morning, but here's my favorite role from JFK. Here's a little bit of it.
That's a real question, isn't it? Why? The how and the who is just scenery for the public. Oswald, Ruby, Cuba, the mafia. Keeps them guessing like some kind of parlor game, prevents them from asking the most important question, why? Why was Kennedy killed? Who benefited? Who has the power to cover it up? Who?
So if you remember that he's playing the mysterious Mr. X scene. I think it's the Jefferson Memorial, the Washington Memorial. So reflective.
Take the stick with you.
By all means. It's just amazing seeing it, and that's all we see of him in the entire movie. And yet, that scene still is one of the great scenes of that era's filmmaking, top films of that era. Anyways, I'm a bit moved, but I follow movies. I love movies. I have these. It's amazing. Sharon writing Ordinary People. It's just an amazing movie. But what I love about these roles, talk about background, talk about JFK, even in Ordinary People, he wasn't the star of the movie, yet he can. In Ordinary People, everybody talks about, and rightfully so, Mary Tyler Moore, who was nominated for an Oscar, Timothy Hutton played the son. It was directed by Robert Redford. He won an Oscar. It was a tremendous movie. But his role as the father was amazing. It was just amazing. Clue, same thing. Jane Fonda carried that movie, right? She won the Best Actress Oscar that year.
Who cares?
At the same time, that iconic role, this weird private investigator in Minnesota arriving in New York, played it so well, so perfect. Another Texas Rights clue, exactly.
Why are you being so
Nancy
crazy?
Magog, Donald Sutherland was an icon of the class. So lucky to have met and seen him. Village of Georgeville, a real gentleman. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for sharing that. Wow, you met Donald Sutherland. Apparently, he was very approachable, very nice person. Of course, we talked about the Expos fan who did live in the township. So it's just amazing to me to be able to reminisce, think about those movies and that great artist that was Donald Sutherland. For the few minutes I've left before we get to news and after that my conversation with Denny Coderre, I want to talk also. I want to come back a bit, just a few moments on of TMR, who came on to talk about the Cavendish extension. That was very interesting because yes, now there seems to be like a Cavendish caucus, elected officials, municipal, provincial, federal together. There's a federal election coming up, so at least there could be some pressure from there. But ultimately, the Plot administration is not. I mean, Jimmy Zubros, who is a regular on the Big Five, I know him well. He told me this morning he won't even commit to anything getting started before the municipal election in November 2025. Think about it. So even though the mayor has come on many times on CJD 800 to say, yes, Cavendish, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, her special advisor, Jimmy Zubros, said this morning on CJD 800 that he cannot commit. He said, I hope so. And I asked him, well, will you start it before the next municipal election in November 2025? He said, I hope so. But the best you can get from the Plot administration. The Plot administration doesn't care about it. It's not a priority for them. There are no votes there for them. There's they're going to put money on where it's going to score votes for the 2025 election, and Cavendish is not it, for sure. So, what to do? And I think Peter Maloof has put a lot of interesting solutions. There's a lot of things that can be done cheaper, more efficient ways to get Cavendish done. And so I think the idea here is going to be about getting the business community involved. I think it's not just about elected officials. It's going to be about getting business leaders. And Peter Maloof alluded to that earlier in the interview. And I think that's going to be the key. Businesses start talking to Americans given Quebec City, also the AGI, both the AGI.
Would it be a solo?
And same business pressure on the Trudeau government. Guys like also Philippe Champagne group. There could be. I think if the business community gets involved, Valerie Plante may have no choice. So you finally understand that it's not just about the votes, it's also as promised, on the other side of your CTV News update with Tom Whalen, I will be joined with newly minted candidate for the Quebec leadership.
This newscast brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK, making it easy to get rid of unwanted junk. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Good morning. It's 11:30. I'm Tom Whalen for Jason Mayoff with a CTV News update. Here's what's making news right now. Organizers have pulled the plug on this year's Canada Day parade in the city. A message on the parade website pointed to an increase in City of Montreal rules that tend to change with little notice. The REM light rail service will be allowing dogs, companion animals, and bikes on their trains on a trial basis this summer. There are a number of regulations for bringing your pooch on board. The pilot project runs between this Monday and August 18th. And former mayor of Montreal and federal cabinet minister Denis Coderre made it official today. In an announcement in Quebec City, Coderre said that he will seek the leadership of the Quebec Liberal Party. He will also run for election in the riding of Bellechasse, just south of the provincial capital. Coderre will be speaking to our David Hertel following this newscast. For more news, including an update on weekend road closures in and around the city, visit CTV News Montreal.ca. With the latest from the CJA 800 Traffic Center, here's Debbie Marcellus.
They have not yet given you that second lane toward Vaudreuil on the Illitor Bridge, but that's a matter of moments now. Traffic backs up before Boulevard des Anciens Combattants, almost at Morgan on the westbound Trans-Canada, and a lot of folks opting for the 20 westbound. That backs into Saint-Anne-de-Bellevue, and it's heavy through Ile-Perrot with the traffic lights. Eastbound side of the TCANs from the St. Charles Avenue entrance as you merge into one lane toward Montreal, and then it slows on the eastbound Trans-Canada before Côte de Liesse through to a stall at Stinson in the center lane. And now we have word of a stalled vehicle on the westbound side of the Metropolitan as well. And that's just before the Laurentian Autoroute northbound to Cary, backing up from Sherbrooke. 20 westbound slows from Turcotte through to First Avenue. Gear up for summer at Sports Experts and Atmosphere. Take advantage of deals of up to 40% off a selection of bikes, camping equipment, and much more. Details in store. Traffic and transit every 15 minutes on CJAD 800. Your next report at 11:45.
Your Dormez-vous Weather Center forecast: mixed sun and cloud today with a high of 25, cloudy and 17 overnight. Tomorrow, clouds, a chance of showers in the afternoon, the high 25. Then on Sunday, showers and 23. Right now, it's mostly cloudy, 24 degrees in downtown Montreal. Your next CTV News update at noon.
Getting you the facts, asking the tough questions. The Elias Macco Show, CJAD 800.
Up next, Denis Coderre.
In a complicated world, provincially, federally, globally, Tom Mulcair is your voice of reason.
The immediate political thing here.
On CJAD 800.
Bottom line.
One of Canada's top political insiders. Cabinet Minister. Opposition Leader.
Party leader.
Tom Mulcair. Weekday mornings at 7:35. Brought to you by Guaranteed Industries.
Keep your cool with an air conditioning maintenance visit from Guaranteed Industries. Your air conditioning specialist since 1957. 514-342-3400.
The fire crackles as you toast a marshmallow to golden brown perfection. The light flickers and dances off your lustrous new Toyota, which charges to the sound of a cricket chirping. Wait, no. Yep, that's a mosquito. Anyway, one thing's for sure, this moment isn't just a dream. It's an invitation to escape. So stop dreaming. Red Tag Days are on at Toyota until June 30th. Take this opportunity to shop for a 2024 BZ4X. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Quebec Toyota dealer today.
As a sleep expert at Dormez-vous, I've heard some pretty creative solutions when it comes to sleeping hot. But when 11 oscillating fans and ice packs under your pillows just aren't working, know that we're here to help. With temperature-regulating sheets, mattresses, and pillows, we can find a cooling solution that's perfect for you. Because at Dormez-vous, we solve sleep.
Get a cooling queen mattress for only $449 at the Sleep Couple event. License Tuesday.
Now until Wednesday, visit Pharmaprix for the bonus redemption event and get more for your points. A Pharmaprix exclusive. Restrictions apply. Offer valid in-store and online.
What do I like about the Origin Quebec products at the SAQ? They follow my favorite rule of 3. Locally made by local artisans using local ingredients. And until June 24th, for every $30 spent on Origin Quebec products, you get 3,000 Inspire points. So I'll be able to celebrate Quebec's national holiday and enjoy products unique to Quebec, all while saving money. They always say you should follow the rule of 3. SAQ, the spirit of sharing. Must be 18 years and older. Details at SAQ.com.
Imagine a trailer. No, way bigger than that. Yeah, now we're talking. Well, with its towing capacity of up to 36,000 pounds, the GMC Sierra HT can tow it anywhere you want to go. Pretty cool, huh? Eligible Costco members get a $1,200 bonus on the purchase of a GMC Sierra 1500 or HD. Other great offers available right now. Conditions apply. Details at gmcoffers.ca.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi, good to see you. Is that bubble wrap on your foot?
Yeah, I've been hiding my gross toe.
Oh, that's toenail fungus.
It just looks gross.
It's actually a contagious infection that won't go away on its own. It can get worse and spread to other nails if you don't treat it.
Not my other toes.
But there are prescription treatments that can be applied directly to the nail.
Think you might have toenail fungus? Talk to your doctor.
Don't miss the global phenomenon critics call thrilling and endlessly captivating.
The path to victory now is one of violence.
HBO's original House of the Dragon. New season. Stream now. Only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Welcome back. David Hertel in for Elias. As promised, fresh off his announcement this morning in Quebec City, the latest candidate to jump in the fray for the leadership of the Quebec Liberal Party, Denis Coderre, is on the line. Denis, how did it go this morning?
Is that the famous David Hertel?
Well, it's
well, you create a monster,
nothing
brother.
compared to the famous Denis Coderre. No, I remember we started the conversation.
No, you started exactly.
We started the conversation
Well,
in January.
there's the time, to start the striptease. I didn't have any more clothing to.
Okay, so.
No, but listen, it's a great day.
Yeah.
I had more than 20 organizers around me.
Mm-hmm.
My chief organizer is Christian Terrien from Bellechasse, and he's amazing. He's been in politics like me for decades. And at the end of the day, we're saying that the time has come to be respectful, and Quebecer is a Quebecer is a Quebecer. That's it. Mm-hmm. And I'm nationalist. I don't have any problem to pull the the sheet to us, but I hate all that identity nationalism. And it's about time that we stop the scapegoat and saying that it's somebody else's fault. Time to take the heat and assume your own leadership.
All right. So a lot of people in the English-speaking community in Quebec were taken aback by your positions since January on 96, on 21, that story about, going into a store and leaving a store if you weren't spoken to in French. I don't want to go back into the specifics of this, but a lot of people this morning on the show, I asked what do you think about Denis Coderre's candidacy, and a lot of people are still anxious about your positions on 96 and 21. What do you have to say to them?
The reality, David, is that I learned from a great guy that if you seek popularity, you'll never be respected. If you seek respect, you might become popular. Now, respect demands respect. I always said that respect me for who I am, and I'll do the same. People knows where I'm coming from. I've been, it's like immigration. I've been Minister of Immigration like you, and there's some people who talk about it, and most of the people who are talking right now don't know what the hell they're talking about. So I'm saying this. Listen, I'm a Catholic practicant. I've done Compostelle on my own for religious purpose. But in the 60s, we believed in a laic state, meaning that I have no problem with the notwithstanding clause from a former Péquiste because it just proved that we're part of the Constitution. If it wasn't part of the Constitution, why do we have it? And secondly, Bill 96, I have issue with it. In due time, we'll think about it, but I'm fed up to take Quebecers and the people we call allophones for granted and saying that we just like you during elections. Okay. People knows where I'm coming from. I call a spade a spade.
All right.
And I will be there for them, but everybody needs to stick together. But I will, despite any kind of identity nationalism.
Okay. You did mention that you made your announcement surrounded by organizers and supporters in front of the National Assembly this morning. Do you have anybody from the English-speaking community in your team?
I will. Yeah. It's not everybody was there. I didn't have money for a background, so I took the National Assembly. As you notice, we have the Canadian and the Quebec flag. Mm-hmm. So I don't need to put my face on the dollar bill, and I already have a country.
But that's not my question. I'm just thinking in your organization, in your inner circle.
I said yes at the beginning, David.
You will have somebody.
Who says I don't have it?
No, I'm asking you.
But it's not everybody who who can't come to Montreal, to Quebec City from Montreal.
Okay, so can you name them? Or can you?
Nope.
Okay, not yet.
That's right.
Okay, eventually.
One news per press conference.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. My next question is about, the key issues for Quebecers right now. Let's take the economy and housing. Where are you on that?
Well, I believe that some pickets are too provincialist and don't have any respect for the municipal people. I believe that the municipality is not a provincial creature. It is a government of proximity, meaning that you have enough money for housing, but if it takes 4 years to have a construction permit and you consider all the real estate people like a gang of crooks, of course, nothing will happen. So you can have all the press conference with number that you want, but the reality is that there's economically, the price will go more capacities, right? So I'm going to make sure that municipalities, not only that what we call undue tax, the property tax that the government of Quebec owns to municipalities should pay it, like schools, hospital, and things like that. And secondly, municipalities, instead of using that bill M30, it's like the cartoon as they do several districts when you have the full house with the permit A38. So municipalities will be able to go directly to the federal level to ask for subsidies.
Okay. I got to go on to a next topic, healthcare. I mean, what would you do? What are you proposing?
Well, instead of building many hospitals for elders, first of all, start to respect our elders. And secondly, why don't we have CLSC open 24 hours a day? What we need to do is Quebec is not just Montreal or Quebec City area. It's also the region. So if we respect the specificity of every region, it's like the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come.
On immigration, foreign temporary workers, temporary immigration, where do you stand?
Well, I believe in immigration because I was one of them. I said that the problem with this government is for 6 years, they don't know what the hell they're talking about because they didn't read the agreement. On Article 22B, it's clear that for temporary workers, you cannot get in Quebec without the consent of the government of Quebec. And it's not my fault if they send 21,000 too many selection certificates of Quebec. I can give help to the government of Canada in due course if they don't do their job properly. But don't wish to reopen that agreement because other provinces want it badly. It's the best agreement ever signed from the Mulroney government and through federalism.
But right now, I agree with you. But right now, we have 190,000 asylum seekers, or roughly that, in Quebec. 420,000.
Well, first of all,
do we have too many?
No,
what would you do?
No.
What would you do?
Don't mix refugees and temporary workers. This is two different types.
So do we need to reduce temporary immigration? Keep it as is?
We need to have the necessary numbers. We cannot say, and you know as well as me that I can get speedy. They were giving hell because of the lobster workers, and they said we have too many temporary workers. The minister lowered the numbers, and then they were complaining because we don't have enough workers. Like, guys, wake up. It's about time to know what you're talking about first. So explain to me why we gave $230 million from that agreement to temporary the budget of education instead of focus on integration and on governance.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on now to public safety, more specifically, the protester camp at McGill. Premier Legault. But let me finish. Premier Legault said a few weeks ago, he came out publicly saying the city of Montreal should send in the police. What's your position?
My position is that if we believe in municipalities, I'm the one who said in 2021 three things. We have a housing problem, we have a safety problem, and the city is dirty. You want to talk about it now? So what I'm saying is that I'm the one who put Hamas on the terrorist list. I don't have any respect for terrorist lovers. And at the end of the day, My summer camp should be better than having pictures with AK-47.
So what would you do as Premier of Quebec?
Well, I would say to the municipalities, do your job.
So obviously, there are a lot of people in the current establishment of the Quebec Liberal Party that do not agree with a lot of your positions.
Give me names.
Well, I mean, they're just clearly on 96 and 21, the positions of the official positions of Mark Don.
Because I said, I'm a boomer, but at the end of it, I'm not the one who organized the Quiet Revolution who said that we should get rid of religion out of.
All I'm saying is that, for announcements like that, sometimes it happens that leadership candidates have active current caucus members. I didn't see those.
No, I won't do that, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, today I announced, and why should I seek any support if I'm not a candidate? So it's all about respect. I spoke to them all. You would be surprised. But at the end of the day, they should take their time. They will see who's running, and we'll pick up from there. But
fair enough.
But you want a general who's from the trench?
Okay. But Denis, the only thing I'm getting to is officially when I look at current official positions from the Quebec Liberal Party on 96, on 21, and on the third link, for example, in Quebec City, these are drastically different positions than yours.
Listen, we can try to define me as well as you want. The reality is today, this is a leadership contest. This is not an election. And the people who were there were the people who knows better what's good for the party. Instead of trying to look like somebody else, you can be in the lounge as much as you want, but the name of the game is the kitchen. So at the end of the day, I'm respecting the caucus for what they're doing. When I'll be the leader, we will sit together and we'll pick it up from there.
How's your health?
Well, after 300 kilometers of walking, you should see my legs. I can't see my feet now.
I can see my feet now.
All right, Denis. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning, and I wish you all the best for the race.
And don't forget to review your membership.
All right, take care. Bye. Thank you. So, there you have it. New official leadership candidate for the leadership of the Quebec Liberal Party, Denis Cadet. Let's now take a look at your Friday morning drive from the CJD 800 Traffic Center. Traffic is brought to you by Cars for Kids. No more stressing over your old vehicle. Donate it today and get it picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Good morning, Lord Glazer.
Good morning, David. On the westbound side of the 20, it is a pretty tough drive, starting Turcotte running out to Norman. Again, before Ancien Cabatawa into Dorio. Northbound to Cary, pretty tough as well. Sugarcup to the top, also delays southbound to Cary now from the top to Queen Mary. Busy drive as well for southbound 15. The volume starting Atwater, running out to the bridge on the westbound side. That volume there between PNF and the Cary interchange. Pretty busy as well for the westbound side of the TCAM, starting Morgan out to the Lator. Will be getting expensive. eBox 100% fiber internet, 500 megabits at $45 per month is just what you need. Details at ebox.ca. Let us know what you see on the roads. Call in your tips to Star 800. Your next report at noon.
Show 97.7 is Montreal's home for rock and roll. 60 minutes of non-stop rock throughout your workday. The spirit of rock. Show 97.7.
Whether you're traveling along the St. Lawrence or driving north for the weekend, there's always more to discover in a Volvo. And there's no better time to go.
No. Okay, Jack. Grandma. You okay? Dad. Yeah. Garbage. Yeah. You took 10 years of my fucking life. You okay, Bobby? What are you doing? You okay? I miss her. Can you do something, Bobby? The protest, however, is that they will be taking their excrement and flinging it into the sun. Yes. Flinging it. Either taking a spot or flinging their excrement. It is all over social media. There are thousands of people that will be attending.
This is serious. This is what happens.
This is serious. They will go down. I mean, look, the French love a good protest. This is just, it's crazy. It's funny, but it's also just, I mean.
And it's during an election campaign.
Yeah,
right? Because Macron called the legislative election.
Yeah, so it's
but that guy's a fucking nut.
Symbolism of the symbolism of this, of them swimming in the Persian's excrement, is just
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Do you want to finish on that, or I think
He
we may
wants
want to
to
finish on another.
okay. So I can imagine why they're upset.
Election politician over in Brighton. Obviously, the general election in Britain is happening July 4th.
Yeah.
But in Brighton, there's a man called Steve Endicott, and he is going to be the first AI candidate on the ballot. So for Brighton, when they go next month, on the candidate, there will be Steve on the ballot. Sorry, there will be Steve Endicott, who's a 59-year-old AI-generated avatar.
On the ballot?
He is on the
An
AI generated.
No.
Basically said, we're fed up with the standard politics that we have, and so he wanted to create something that can be generated, that is like technologically manipulated, and it's not just a real human with real emotions, it's more regimented.
What do you think about that?
I think it's interesting. He says that this is sort of the jumping off point, and the idea is, depending on how well they do, they want to recruit other AI candidates from other towns and cities in London, not in London, sorry, in the UK. So the idea is they want to then create an AI party.
What?
But it would be interesting. I mean, I wonder if I had AI when I was in M&A. I wonder, especially in the opposition, if I would have said, okay, for the next week, I'll let my AI avatar generate the reactions to everything.
But you see it in a lot of different sectors. You've seen in the US, there was that AI lawyer that was going to court. I mean, we're trying to integrate it in a way that makes sense. So I think it'll be interesting to see how AI but I think that this is kind of looking to what the future might end up looking like,
Very interesting. Thank you, Lola.
Thank you.
Do we have a little highlight of this morning's show when we come back? Yeah. What do we have in Dean?
All day could air.
What's the highlight? What's the highlight of
The
that?
highlight is you being surprised that you convinced and like I say Dawson
All right, so
to change your mind on something.
A very funny moment on our Big Five this morning about the Cavendish extension. That's next.
Summer without a car is no fun. I mean, you can only sit on your balcony for so long, right? Why not visit your Nissan dealer and test drive the redesigned Sentra? With a bold new design and sporting performance, you can finally put that balcony in your rearview mirror. Lease the 2024 Nissan Sentra S Plus starting at $277 a month for 24 months and get a $500 bonus during Nissan's flash sale. Ends June 22nd. Hurry in. $2,199 down, retail value of $26,917 on approved credit. Details at Nissan.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult? Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
Great conversation.
Okay.
As
You convinced me.
Okay, great conversation. As I convinced Ed, like I say, Dawson. Wow. Hold on a second. That was me with Ann, like I say, Dawson, and Jimmy Supris. You have to listen to this morning's Big Five. Because I convinced, and like I say, Dawson, on the Cavendish extension. So you have to listen to that. It's available on iHeartRadio and all your podcast apps. Up next is Free for All Friday. And of course, it's 2 p.m. It's Aaron Rand with Montreal Now. Thank you so much for a great week, a great conversation. I'll be back on Monday at 9 a.m. My thanks to Dean Matheos, Master Control, and Lola Calder, who produced this morning's show. Tom Whalen is standing by with your CTV News update. Have a great weekend. Bonne fête nationale.
You're listening to the Voice of Montreal. News Talk Radio, CJAD 800, an iHeart radio station.
Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Tom Whalen for Jason Mayoff with your CTV News Update. Cloudy and 24 downtown. Weather details in minutes. Here's what's making news right now. Denny Coderre makes it official. Organizers pulled the plug on the Montreal Canada Day Parade, and dogs and bikes allowed on the REM on a trial basis. With the latest from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center, here's Lauren Glazer.
Good afternoon, Tom. Looking at the westbound side of the 20, it is a difficult drive. Starting Turcotte running out to Norman, you're also losing some time between Ancien Cabaton and Doriel. Northbound the Carry has delays also. Shipper come to the top. For southbound the Carry, delays now from the top to Good St. Catherine. Off and on slowdowns on the westbound side of the Metlac-Cordair through to the DeCarry interchange. Also delays on the westbound side of the Tecan, starting before Morgan out to the Latort Bridge. No more eggs in the fridge? Worry not. Until June 26th at Super C, the dozen selection white eggs are $2.44 only at Super C. Traffic and transit every 15 minutes on CJAD 800. Your next report at 12:15.
In the news, former Montreal Mayor Denny Coderre is running for the leadership of the Quebec Liberal Party. He says the Liberals are the only federalist party in the province and that he doesn't want to debate another independence referendum. Coderre spoke to CJAD 800's David Hertel about the encampment on the McGill campus.
I'm the one who put Hamas on the terrorist list. I don't have any respect for terrorist lovers. And at the end of the day, my summer camp should be better than having pictures with AK-47.
Coderre said that he would instruct municipalities to take care of situations like the encampment on the McGill campus. With just 10 days to go before Canada Day, organizers of the Downtown Canada Day Parade have canceled the event. In a message on the parade, the organizers says he met with no end of trouble and security permits this year, saying the rules were changing at the last minute and that he couldn't keep up with the new requirements. He blames the city of Montreal for its red tape, the ongoing construction on St. Catherine Street, which forced him to seek a new route, and difficulties in recruiting enough volunteers to meet security requirements. The downtown parade on July 1st traditionally attracts tens of thousands of spectators. Well, officials with the REM electric rail network say dogs and bikes will be welcomed this summer on the line linking downtown to South Shore. A pilot project will permit dogs muzzled on leashes and companion animals in cages between this Monday and August 18th, except during major events when the trains are likely to be very crowded. One dog per passenger maximum. Pets are not permitted to sit on train seats or on the benches in the stations. Bikes will be permitted for the summer, no more than 2 per car, and no leaning against anything. They have to be walked on and not ridden through the train stations. For interviews and other audio, go to CJAD800.com or download the iHeartRadio app.
It sounds like a fucking It sounds like you have to
Your Dormez-vous Weather Center forecast. A mix of sun and cloud today with a high of 25, cloudy and 17 overnight. Tomorrow, clouds, a chance of afternoon showers, the high 25. Then on Sunday, showers and 23. Right now, mostly cloudy, 24 degrees in downtown Montreal. For all the news during the day, stream us on your smart speaker. Just say CJAD 800. You're not CTV News Update at 12:30.
There's only one line of trucks that's outsold all others for 58 years. Only one with the available Power Boost hybrid engine on select models that delivers performance and efficiency. It's the truck that all others are measured by. You know the one. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Right now, lease the 2024 F-150 STX with Black Appearance Package for $114 weekly for 24 months with $4,300 down. Cash value of $60,735. Visit your Quebec Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
This is CJAD 800.
Listen anywhere, anytime.
At CJAD800.com.
The iHeartRadio app or on your smart speaker.
Welcome to Free for All Fridays on the iHeartRadio Talk Network.
Oh, baby, how good is that?
Afghan wigs, gentlemen. Now, that is one kick-ass start to a song, and it gives us a pretty good shot at a kick-ass start to the show. Brought to you by the one and only board op, Mark Tang, who this very Sunday celebrates his 17th anniversary of working on News Talk 1010. His mom and I said to him, Mark, why can't you get ahead in life? Are you just going to keep doing this? Like, seriously, man. I am kidding. Mark is king, and he rides the knobs and dials for us, and we are very, very, very grateful. I'm Scott Reed, sitting in here on Free for All Friday, all across the iHeart Network until 2 o'clock Eastern. We got a cracker jack of a show, June 21st for you. All sorts of interesting things. Donald Sutherland, the great actor, passed away the other day. The Afghan wigs that brought us in. Why? Because on Monday night, they're playing here in Tirana. Going to go see them on the dance floor. Very pumped. Haven't seen them since 2012 when I saw them for the first time in 11 years that they had played live. I'm a big Afghan Wigs fan because I'm old. It's going to be a great night. Lots of other things to talk about. When we get a little deeper into the show, we're going to be talking to some of our friends at TSN. You know, usually we rattle on about politics and national issues, and yes, we will do that today. But it's Friday. And it's June 21st, and it's the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Edmonton Oilers are sniffing at history. They're kicking at 1942, the last time a team came back in the Stanley Cup Finals from a 3-0 deficit to win Lord Stanley's Cup. And we're pumping for them. So we're going to be talking to our pals from TSN. Can they pull it off? What's going to be the key? Yep, we're turning this into sports radio for a few minutes. Then we're going to take your calls and talk a little bit about that, actually. Wondering if people out there are going to be watching. What do they think? Can it be pulled off? And who's going to be consequential in that contest? So bringing a little sports radio because I am pumped for a historic comeback. Of course, June 21st is also the first day of summer. Technically yesterday, beginning at 4:50 p.m. was summer solstice. You know, when all the witches come out, and I'm sure there's a number of druids listening, and you probably danced around high stones yesterday. But we are now at June 21st. It is the longest day of summer, and tonight will bring us the strawberry moon. Now, I didn't know about you. I did a little bit of research, and I was pissed off. Talk about false advertising. Strawberry moon is not red. It does not mean that it will rain jam tonight. It is named the strawberry moon, I think quite distractingly and dishonestly, simply because somebody somewhere in a farmer's almanac 100 years ago claimed that on this first full moon, at the commencement of summer, it is the peak strawberry picking time.
Yeah.
Which makes me think of my grandmother, Mabel Reed, from just outside of Belleville, Ontario, who every summer, right about this time of the year, would say, Scotty, she always called me Scotty, Scotty, come to Grandma's 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and we're going to go picking strawberries. Do you know how you pick strawberries? For those of you citified folks, I'm going to tell you how you pick strawberries. You pick strawberries by bending way over. They grow very close to the ground in little bunches. And so we would go through the strawberry fields of Prince Edward County, and we would pick the strawberries, and we would pick quart baskets, and we would pick larger baskets, and my grandma would bring them home. And I hated strawberry picking with a fierce passion. But now it's a strawberry moon, and I got to say, I miss Grandma Mabel Reed pretty heavily, and I think of those times fondly. Folks, we got lots to talk about that summer solstice here on the Friday 4. I'd like to kick things off. June 21st is my first topic. My second topic, and we're going to go real quick, because I don't want to get these clowns any more time than they deserve. Yesterday, we've all seen and read the news about Rebel News. I say that advisedly because they're not journalists, and surely to God that has been demonstrated in this past 24 hours. They're renting a van, bombing around the streets of Toronto, fanning the flames of division and xenophobia, as if this world is nothing better than enough for today's politics. By the way, and all the haters, back it up. I am a massive supporter of Israel. I've taken on a lot of grief about that in terms of my views since October 7th, and I am a steadfast fan and friend of Israel. Being there, supposed to have been there today on a delegation, supposed to have been there all week, couldn't go for a family reason. But I got to tell you, what happened yesterday is pure garbage. And people want to engage in all kinds of excuses and, oh, well, this is what they are and this is why it's justified. No, there's no justification for it. Showing Muslims at prayer and saying that that is evidence that our world, our country has been invaded, no good. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the consequences are. But I'm telling you this. Our world is divided enough, and nobody that wants to call themselves news, a news organization, as these guys insist they are, right, unsatisfied with the level of division in our society, decide they got to go out there and artificially inflame it. That there isn't enough division that they can make politics, get clicks, and raise money off of, that they got to go out and manufacture it. Go to hell. That's all I have to say about you guys. Topic number 3, Friday 4, what's on my mind? Presidential debates. We're going to get a debate this week, this coming Thursday. Bell Media, I'll be part of the coverage. We're going to be putting on a little bit of a special. That's how big this is. In Canada, we're going to do a dedicated news special to the U.S. presidential debate. Baby, this is for all the biscuits. In June, you say? Don't you know the election's in November? I does. But here is what I think. I think this is the biggest gamble that I can remember in U.S. presidential politics that I've ever seen. Joe Biden is trailing. He is trailing in swing states. And I think there's a bunch of reasons for that. But one of the most fundamental reasons, and we can't avoid it, is that Joe Biden looks old and frail and weak. And the world is at war. The world is under strain. America feels embattled. The economy is rough. And what do you want in times like those? You want leaders who are strong, who will say, we're leaning into the wind, and it's tough times, but better times are around the corner. Follow me. And the entire, and I'm a Biden fan, but the entire dynamic of this debate sets up dangerously bad for Biden. I don't care how sharp and wise and clever Biden is, and I question his ability to do all those things and be all those things and execute in that way. But debates are fundamentally a visual form. You know, Michael Deaver, the great advisor to Ronald Reagan, once said, and this gets quoted all the time and repeated as a matter of cliche now in politics, watch it with the sound off. Watch a political broadcast with the sound off. And what you see and the impression you're left with is what most people take away. And what they're going to see is, yes, Trump is fat and strange and orange and all that kind of stuff. And maybe he's going to be raging like a bull. But he's going to look more active, more nimble, more strong than Will Biden. This has the potential to take a race that is close but bad for Biden and make it far, far out of reach. It could be an absolute panic. Sticking with politics, we just got a minute left. Keep your eye on Monday's by-election here in Toronto, St. Paul's. Why? Not because by-elections matter. They never matter. Even when they matter, they don't matter. Even when a leader or a prime minister is trying to get into a riding, I think about Brian Mulroney trying to get into his and Sean Christian back in the day. They both ended up in the by-election. You can lose them. Mackenzie King back 100 years ago, he lost a by-election and ended up having to go searching for a seat. Same thing happened to whatever I saw. It's not the end of the world. But this by-election is going to be important. Because if the Liberals find that they can only win by a slight margin, or if, God forbid, from their perspective, they should lose, I think it's going to kick off a national discussion about the future of the Prime Minister and whether or not he can continue in his job and whether or not he should consider and contemplate the idea of leaving and retiring before the next general election. And yes, that discussion is active already. Yes, it's quietly active among Liberals. Yes, it's loudly active among Canadians. Yes, the numbers are what they are and cause us to talk about this kind of topic endlessly. But I've worked for prime ministers, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Leslie Church, great candidate, good friend of mine for 10, 15 years. She knows the prime minister, but the prime minister knows her as well. And if she should not be able to win that riding, it will land with him. It will register with him. It will worry and bother him and make him feel like he can't carry her, that he has been an anchor, not a kite. That's something that burrows its way into the minds of political leaders. It is not to be dismissed. And that's why I think this election is going to be so incredibly important. But before we get to Monday, we got Friday night. And that means it's Game 6 in Edmonton with the Oilers. When we come back, we're going to be talking to the crew from TSN. We are going to be talking Oilers. We're going to be talking sports. We're going to be talking about whether or not we can witness a historic comeback Don't go anywhere. Scott Reed here on Free for All Fridays, all across the iHeart Network, and we'll be right back.
Now, an update from the
Done with the radio
CJAD
for
800 Traffic
today.
Center.
We're seeing a pretty slow drive on the eastbound side of the
That
T10 now
was the
between
worst
Cavendish
ever.
and Stall. That's at Stinson. Only the right lane is open through the area. Westbound side of the Met, volume 2 between Lac-Courtier and St. Michel. We did have an earlier problem there, but it has been moved out. More volume on the westbound Met between Papineau and Des Lauriers. Northbound the Carry, it is tough. Sherbrooke up to the top. Also pretty tough on the westbound side of the 20. Turcotte to Norman. Again, before Ancien Combattant into Dorion. Make the most of summer with Uber Eats. From sushi to slushies on the app, all summer long. Delivered
How would you
everywhere.
feel about your daughter doing sex work?
So I would be supportive if my daughter chose to do anything with her life as long as we're not hurting anyone.
I did OnlyFans, and I am ashamed at the behavior I've done. I thought it was cool, but all these females that you guys look up to in the industry, the media pushes you, they're all miserable.
Girls who are like 17, who literally when they're about to turn 18 are promoting it, being like, hey, my 18th birthday, this is about my girl. Like, that's crazy. I'm just under disturbed.
My mental health since I've started this has just slowly been on such a decline. Like I feel a little bit dead inside. You see these OnlyFans creators and like in people's Instagram bios they'll be advertising, I'm the top 1%, and I'm like, so you're sucking and fucking for $3,000?
There are women that try to sign women up just to get a referral from them. Wait, there's a referral program through it?
What?
No. You're fucking serious? Yes. No.
Nah,
How would
that
you feel
can't
about
be
your
true.
daughter doing sex work?
So I would be supportive.
That can't be true. Is there a referral program for OnlyFans?
According to the Queen's Journal, on the surface, the referral program may not seem like a big deal. However,
What are you
OnlyFans
talking
creators
about?
with significant influence can use the program to make a sizable profit. There are no limits on how many users you can refer or your total earnings.
What? Oh my god. What? Yo. What? No. Bro. I'm gonna freak out. Like, that's fucked up. You okay, Boober? Chuck him out. Dude, are you fucking for real? That's literally prostitution.
FEDS.
This is how the world ends, part 6. The beast comes out of the sea. It has the shape of a leopard. Most of the remaining survivors on Earth worship it. Then a second monster comes out from the ground, the Antichrist. He goes around the Earth telling everyone to worship the beast and brands people who mock the
Welcome to this talk. Now, it looks like the Gates Foundation is funding viral research that I consider to be a completely unacceptable risk. And the role of governments is to protect its citizens from dangers, to protect the lives of its citizens. So I feel that governments need to intervene to control particular rich individuals and organizations which might be a little inconsistent with what most of us think. Listen to this and see if you agree with me or not. This is from, I've called this existential threat, which is existential, of course, means that which is related to existence, actual threat to our existence. Now, this is from the Senate Homeland Security Committee hearings a couple of days ago with the American Senate. And this is from the opening statement by Stephen Gray, who's a MD, PhD expert to the committee. It's all there. Check it out for yourself. Now, I went through the whole thing here, and it says, finally, I conclude what I call gain of opportunity research needs a new oversight effort. I've gone through this in detail. I am going to give it to you, but I want to give you this first because it's really important. Now, it's talking about going into caves where humans are seldom found. Places like, I don't know, northern Laos, southern China, northern Thailand, places like that where this sort of research has been carried out, but other places as well. Taking bat fecal samples containing thousands of viruses. Now, I'm sure they contain thousands and millions of types of viruses. It's a huge number of viruses here. And this is what's happening. Bringing those viruses back to a laboratory and culturing the specimens, growing them. Now, what he says the problem is here is that normally, if you take a virus in the fecal sample in the floor of the cave, it's living in what you might call an ecosystem. So there's other viruses, there's bacterial infections, there's sort of controls on it that any particular dangerous virus might not proliferate very much. But if you take that virus and isolate it in a laboratory, you can grow as much of it as you want. It's pretty well limitless. If you want to grow tons and tons of the virus, then you could do, because its natural controls are taken away. It's a bit like any other ecosystem. Like the carnivores will keep the herbivores' numbers down. So that's what he seems to be saying here, where a virus that might be controlled in a diverse natural environment is now able to grow unrestricted growth in pure quantity. So they can grow any amount of these that they would choose to do. Natural restraints go. Even without genetic engineering. So that's just taking these viruses, messing around in cases where we really shouldn't be messing around. We should leave the bats to their own devices. Just culturing those is a pandemic risk without jiggery-pokery and genetic engineering. Sadly, is also being done. Now, this is the goal of the Global Viro Project, a Gates Foundation funded Eco Health Alliance effort. So this funding should be examined, in my view, and the activities of Eco Health Alliance should also be investigated. As I've said, the role of government is to protect you and me. If they don't do this, I believe the governments are being negligent in their prime duty. Their stated goal, this is this Viro project, according to Dr. Gray, before the Senate hearing. Their stated goal: collect the estimated 500,000 unknown viruses that are capable of infecting humans and bringing them to a laboratory. No thanks. For that didn't happen, the viruses should stay put where they were, controlled in their own ecosystems, not in a laboratory near me or near you for that matter. What could go wrong, he says? Well, I can't think of anything can go wrong, could you? Well, maybe a few things could go wrong. Pandemic with massive lethality, for example, with a hugely transmissible virus with a hugely high infection fatality rate. Maybe that could go wrong. That would reduce the population of the world, wouldn't it? If a lot of people died, there'd be less people left alive, because the people that died would no longer be alive. And of course, the people that died would no longer be able to reproduce either. Dead people don't reproduce. Unpublished dangers. This is kind of a separate matter. Research done at the Royal Institute of Virology. So this is still apparently going on. Remember, this testimony was given on the 18th of June, 2024. This is bang up to date. Here we have the original link to the hearings there that were shown before. It's the link to the full hearings. 18th of June 2024. That's when it was this came out. So there's unpublished dangerous research been done at the Royal Institute of Virology. It's almost as if lessons haven't been learnt. MERS virus, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome virus, 30% lethal to humans. Now, normally this only comes from camels, mostly in Saudi Arabia. And it jumps from camels to humans. It can cause, well, as I said, 30% fatality rate of those that are with 30% infection rate. But normally it doesn't transmit much from humans to humans. But if you gain its function, that could well happen. We could have another coronavirus, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome virus with high transmissibility. It doesn't bear thinking about it. 30% lethality. If everyone was exposed to it, that could potentially kill 30% of the people in the world.
What?
Potentially. Probably wouldn't be that high, it might only be 15%. And there's also this one called Nipah virus. Nipah virus, it's more than 70% infection fatality rate. So if you're infected with Nipah virus, 30% chance you'll die, 30% chance you'll live, 70% chance you'll die. Now, my preliminary analysis says, this is Dr. Quine, my preliminary analysis is any epidemic with a 15% or greater lethality virus will cause civilization to collapse that will last for longer than 250 years. So, more than 15% of people die, civilization will basically collapse for 250 years. Or I don't know, things like civil wars, volcanization, chaos, drug lords, a real dystopian possible scenario for 250 years. And as well as that, all these sort of nuclear biological chemicals that are kept under control by people, well, we would potentially get reactors melting down. I don't know. It doesn't bear thinking about.
I don't think they care.
It is a real risk that should be taken seriously, which is why I'm making this video. That's his estimate, 250 years. To give an example, March 31st, 2019, a shipment of deadly pathogens from Canada's National Microbiology Lab was sent to the
Fantastic.
Wuhan Institute of Virology. The list of ship viruses. 7 varieties of Ebola, very deadly hemorrhagic fever. There's a Hendra virus, I'm not familiar with it. We will see its dangerous in a minute. 2 strains of Nipah virus, Malaysia and Bangladesh. These are the top 3 most deadly human pathogens on the planet. Let me just tell you what Dr. I said here. These are the 3 most deadly human pathogens.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
And a commercial airliner goes to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, in this case from Canada.
Great. Very good.
Why? Shipped on a commercial airliner full of unsuspecting passengers.
Well, you know,
And then we would like to see some reforms in the
billions of
listed in great
dollars
detail.
gold are commercial planes,
And this
so
is a
you
man,
know.
of course, with about 50 years of scientific experience. While I find no actual benefit from gain of function research, we didn't see any actual benefit from gain of function research. So we should stop it, shouldn't we? I believe efforts to ban it, given the vested interests of literally the entire virology community, and maybe others, maybe people have a vested interest in this. Who could possibly say? Maybe others. If he doesn't know, I certainly don't know. Is a hill too steep to climb? So it looks like he's pessimistic for that reform.
Just imagine if you could quietly relax and journey to deep sleep. Relax. I got you. Join me. When see this landscape of ocean or wait out a storm over the Ethiopian islands, and taking the breeze on a secluded Brazilian beach.
I don't think of beach when I think of Ethiopia.
The rest will follow. Sleep sound with me,
I
Shamir
think of
Anderson,
child labor force.
only for more.
strawberry or nut?
OnlyFans is a website where people sell raunchy content of themselves. I tried posting to OnlyFans for 30 days and it turned out to be the best side hustle discovery that I've made so far. I put everything on the line, all to find out how much money can you make from OnlyFans in 30 days with no experience. The OnlyFans platform never says that it's for adult content, but everyone knows it's for adult content. You upload photos and videos of yourself, and then people pay a monthly price to get access to that. And they can even send you tips to throw more money at you for no reason. I tried posting to OnlyFans for 30 days and ended up reaching the top 3% of earners on the entire platform. Let me just tell you what happened. I set up my OnlyFans account, and I had some idea of the kind of content I was going to be posting, just like underwear pics. I did go further than that at the end, all in the name of the experiment, of course. Someone who will call Brian subscribed to me on OnlyFans and told me not to give in to the pressure and not to do anything that I'm not comfortable with. Great advice, and I definitely stuck to that. My thought process with the whole experiment was that people can see adult content for free whenever they want. The reason someone would pay for adult content is to see someone specific, and in this case, I guess me. I
That's
don't know.
disgusting.
So given that it has to be me, I couldn't just start like an anonymous OnlyFans with a fake name and then promote it on new social media accounts. For this to work, it had to be my OnlyFans, and I had to launch it here on YouTube. So
What
with
is the
that
matter with
caveat out
you?
of the way, let's see how much money I made. I set my subscription price to $22 a month. Apparently that's fairly high, but I'm worth it. Just kidding, but no, it is $20 a month. On day one, I had just a couple of photos and videos uploaded, and I made $52.80 from 3 new fans. All the numbers I'm going to be saying, by the way, are after OnlyFans have taken their 20% cut. By day 2,
Oh
I've
my
made
shit.
$200. Whoa.
That's
I posted new
pimping.
content daily, and then almost everyone who subscribed ended up messaging me, so I always replied to their DMs every day. All of that posting and replying to DMs took less than an hour a day. After a week, I'd made over $500. Crazy, right? And after 2 weeks, I'd made $1,145. That wasn't all from subscriptions. Some of that was from people sending me some random tips. I don't really know why. Maybe just really liked what I was posting. It was going insanely well for 2 weeks in, but I was still thinking, how can I take this up a notch? I added a tip menu, as in like a list of things that people can send me money for, including a personalized message and a pair of my underwear. Yes, an unwashed pair of my underpants. Some people like that. Lots of people like different people like different things. In
I
the
don't
30 days,
care.
I shipped
There's
out
something
2 pairs
mentally
of
wrong
underwear.
with
And
you.
speaking of
And
delivering, I'm going to be
need to go
delivering
see a
food to my
straight.
1
Like, you
millionth
need to get some
subscriber. I'll be
therapy.
setting off with
That's
$0
fucking
and a food order, and I'm going to be hustling my way
something's
around
wrong
the
with
globe,
your
earning
fucking
money
brain.
as I go to complete the delivery to my 1 millionth subscriber. So hit the subscribe button to help reveal my 1 millionth subscriber. By the end of week 3, I'd made a staggering $1,258. Even though that's a bunch of money, earnings had slowed a bit compared to the end of week 2. And that's when I realized that the earnings seemed to correlate with how many views I was getting on YouTube. When my YouTube videos got more views, more people came across my OnlyFans link, which is in all the video descriptions, and more people went and subscribed. I wanted to make my OnlyFans earnings less dependent on YouTube views, so I turned to TikTok. The problem was that TikTok doesn't let you advertise an OnlyFans account directly. Even though OnlyFans isn't specifically for adult content, TikTok knows what people use it for. So instead of getting people to click through on my TikTok ad through to my OnlyFans, I made it click through to my YouTube video where I talk about having an OnlyFans account, and then people can click through to it from there. I ran my first TikTok ad for 2 days, and I spent $304 on it. That immediately got me back $278 from subscriptions and tips. So basically, I spent $2 acquiring each new fan, and some of those would go on to spend more money with me in the future through tips and resubscriptions. I turned off the ad because I want to spend some time tweaking it a bit more to try to make it profitable, but I think this TikTok ad setup is a bit like a cheat code for OnlyFans. By the end of the 30-day experiment, I've made a grand total of $1,628. But I had no idea if anyone who'd subscribed would end up renewing just to be extra confident about it. 56 days into the experiment, I've made a grand total of $3,942.40. That's $70 a day on average. But in the last 2 weeks, it's been an average of $110 a day. So the earnings per day are actually going up all the time as people stay subscribed and new subscriptions keep coming in every day. The whole experiment's gone way better than I ever thought it would, and I'm going to keep going with it, and I'll give you another update at some point in the future. In the meantime, I've got lots of awesome videos coming out, and I'll see you in the next one.
Open about the world breaking down. They said it would hit $20,000. They said I was insane. Following year, it takes just in 2018.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sapphire. Yeah, a lot of people think my name is Violet because that's the name on all my social medias, but that's just the username. My name's actually Sapphire, but you can call me whatever you want. I don't care as long as you have good intentions. It's all Gucci. So today is going to be a quick video. I'm just going to quickly explain referrals to you on OnlyFans because I said in my last video that was about I think it was about making content. I said I was going to make a video about like explaining referrals because I think a lot of people that I've spoken to don't know how referrals work fully and have like a misconception about them. So I am going to just explain to you in full how referrals work. Just going to get straight to the point. So referrals are basically like referring a friend to the website. They're for creators, referring other creators to the website. So OnlyFans is going to reward the creator for referring their friend because they're bringing their friend onto the platform and their friend's going to make money for OnlyFans. So say I referred you to OnlyFans. What I would get out of the referral is I would get 5% of your earnings. And that doesn't mean that I'm taking 5% from you because you would end up making the exact same that you would make even if like I didn't refer you. So basically, when you get paid on OnlyFans, any money that you make, OnlyFans, the platform, is going to take a 20% cut because they are our pimps and we are their hoes. They're the big pimp daddy. So they take 20%. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how that works. But when someone refers you, so say if I referred you, I would get 5% and OnlyFans would take 15% instead of 20. So I'm benefiting. So for me personally, when I refer someone, I offer them like my knowledge. Like I made like a whole like little manual in my notes on my phone that I took like screenshots of that when I refer someone and I'm trying to help them, I'll send it to them and then yeah, it'll help them get started. It's basically like a guide to every single thing that I did to make my money on OnlyFans and to grow my account. So basically, like I call it like mentoring someone, and then I'll also do like promo for them. So if you sign up with someone's referral code, like just make sure that um, you're getting something out of it because they're getting something out of it and you should get something out of it. I mean, it's not like anything's taken away from you, so it would be fine if you didn't get something out of it. But I try to offer something for someone because usually when you use like a referral code on a website, like when you're shopping or something, like you will get a discount or something. So that's why I'm trying to offer something. So if anyone does want to sign up with my referral code, I will be your mentor. I will promote you on my social media and on my OnlyFans, and I will do some promoting for you on like social media. We'll talk about it if you do decide to sign up. And I'll just be there to like help you if you have any questions. And hopefully for existing creators, that kind of like clears it up so that you can refer people once your account is started or like if you already have an account. Yeah, that's just how referrals work. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up so that it can be boosted in the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to grow my account. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, so if you're watching this, I honestly really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have way more views than I have subscribers, so I'm a little bit confused about why nobody's subscribing to me. What's wrong with me? Just kidding, I know nothing's wrong with me, so you better subscribe. And let me know anything else that I can help you with, because I'm here to help. And yeah, all right. I'm gonna have my social medias linked, by the way, in the description box. Check it out. Check me out. Hit me up if you guys want to talk. I honestly want to like have a community of creators that talk to each other and support each other and build each other up. I already have talked to like some really cool people while doing this, and it's just like amazing to me. Some of them are probably watching right now because everyone's been really supportive. So if you want to get on that and like, join the squad, hit me up on social media. And yeah. Okay, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye. Hey guys, welcome or welcome. As long as you have good intentions, it's all Gucci. So today I'm gonna quickly I was gonna make a video about like explaining referrals because I think a lot of people that I've spoken to don't know how referrals work fully and have like a misconception about them. So I am going to just explain to you in full how referrals work. Just gonna get straight to the point. So referrals are basically like referring a friend to the website. They're for creators, referring other creators to the website. So OnlyFans is going to reward the creator for referring their friend because they're bringing their friend onto the platform and their friend's going to make money for OnlyFans. So say I referred you to OnlyFans. What I would get out of the referral is I would get 5% of your earnings. And that doesn't mean that I'm taking 5% from you because you would end up making the exact same that you would make even if like I didn't refer you. So basically, when you get paid on OnlyFans, any money that you make, OnlyFans, the platform, is going to take a 20% cut because they are our kids and we are their followers. They're the good kids. That's how that works. But when someone refers you, so say if I referred you, I would get 5% and OnlyFans would take 15% instead of 20. So I'm benefiting. So for me personally, when I refer someone, I offer them like my knowledge. Like I made like a whole like little manual in my notes on my phone that I took like screenshots of that when I refer someone and I'm trying to help them, I'll send it to them. And then yeah, it'll help them get started. It's basically like a guide to every single thing that I did to make my money on OnlyFans and to grow my account. So basically, like I call it like mentoring someone, and then I'll also do like promo for them. So if you sign up with someone's referral code, like just make sure that you're getting something out of it because they're getting something out of it and you should get something out of it. I mean, it's not like anything's taken away from you, so it would be fine if you didn't get something out of it. But I try to offer something for someone because usually when you use like a referral code on a website, like when you're shopping or something, like you will get a discount or something. So that's why I'm trying to offer something. So if anyone does want to sign up with my referral code, I will be your mentor. I will promote you on my social media and on my OnlyFans, and I will do some promoting for you on like social media. We'll talk about it if you do decide to sign up. And I'll just be there to like help you if you have any questions. And hopefully for existing creators, that kind of like clears it up so that you can refer people once your account is started or like if you already have an account. Yeah, that's just how referrals work. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up so that it can be boosted in the YouTube algorithm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just got like 10 IQ points dumber just listening to that girl. Wow. Holy fuck.
Asana, a smarter way to work. Try it for free.
But you're all getting so much dumber. I can't believe how dumb that is.
Hi, this is so exciting. I've been wanting to make this video for months. Finally, I'm sitting down. It's happening. Thank you so much for clicking on this video.
I hate you. I don't like her.
I'm sure a lot of you by now know, but if you're new, I post a ton of OnlyFans content. In fact, this is my 6th video about OnlyFans. Definitely make sure that you check out the 5 other OnlyFans videos that I have posted. I'm going to link a playlist that I made down below where I just put all the videos in one place, so it's really easy to find. I tried OnlyFans for a week, and this is what happened or how much I made, which really just kick-started this whole journey. Hi, Marnie. And then I tried OnlyFans for a month, and this is what happened or how much I've made. I have my biggest tips and tricks on how to grow on OnlyFans and advice for that. And then I also have my biggest mistakes that I made when I first started OnlyFans, as well as my most recent video, a OnlyFans Q&A where I answered your most common questions about taxes, about referral links, about how to promote, where to promote, and then my own experience, what my family thinks about it, how my family found it out, what my boyfriend thought about it, and the question that I still get every single day in DM.
Poor fucking guy,
Make
man.
your text public, but your post private. So, that was a lot, but all those videos will be linked down below. As you can tell by the title, today's video about OnlyFans is going to be why you are not making fans. Renewing their subscription, or why you just can't see me grow. I get a ton of girls always asking me, like, I'm promoting, I don't know what's going on, but like I can't gain fans, it's really challenging. And man, do I relate. Especially in the beginning, before I started posting videos about OnlyFans, it was super tricky for me to grow my platform. However, I learned a lot. I interact with girls on OnlyFans every single day because of shoutouts that I do, which I'll get into in a minute. But by doing this, I can be wanting to tell people for so long, so I hope that you enjoy. Before we do get started though, I know I mentioned this in my most recent OnlyFans video, but I do have a new line of merch out. It's called If You Got It, Monetize It, which is kind of what my 2020 year has been all about. OnlyFans, starting my podcast, breaking it up with Michaela's Commentary, check it out. But it's all about being your own boss, you know, and figuring out what you have and then learning how to monetize that. So I know I said this in my last video, but if you missed it, we have phone cases. Here are some of the colors that I got. If you did watch that video, you can see that this is the one that I received that was supposed to be yellow, and so they did send over the correct color. So these are a few examples of the colors of phone cases that you can get. It says if you got it, monetize it. Phone cases come in all sizes. You don't have to have exactly an iPhone or this size to get it. This is just what works with my phone. I got my question a few times. And then as I've seen in vlogs that I posted in the last OnlyFans video, I have a few examples of the sweatshirts and shirts and stuff that you can get. The white example, if you got it, monetize it. We've got this great crew neck, which is personally one of my favorites. I think it just looks really great against the gray. This one might be my favorite. I'm sure you've seen this on my Instagram as well as other videos that I posted, but the one in pink is just so cute. Really, really love this hoodie. This is the classic hoodie, and then I also ordered a premium hoodie which has white strings instead of the color that you choose. I also love the way it looks on your back. Adorable. There are so many more colors, sizes, t-shirts, long t-shirts, crew neck hoodies, you name it, on my merch shop, so definitely check that out. I think there's a little like line of featured merch down below, and then in the description box I have a link to my merch store, and then you can always use the coupon code OnlyFans just to show that you're part of the OnlyFans family. One more thing to mention before we get started, and that is I do offer OnlyFans shoutouts. So
Gross
if you want
on
to be featured
so
on my OnlyFans
many
page,
levels.
gain more exposure, help promote your account. I post OnlyFans promos every single day, weekdays, and then I take the weekends off. If this is something you're interested in and want to help promote your account to a larger audience, definitely reach out to me via Instagram or Twitter and DM me on those two. And then if you DM me on the weekend, please be patient because I do take the weekends off from posting OnlyFans promos, but then also responding to DMs. But I promise I will get to it. I think that's everything I had to mention before I started this video. If you have not yet signed up for OnlyFans, definitely click the link in my description box to sign up for my referral link. So you can always sign up for OnlyFans by clicking on that link in my description box. Okay, now that we got all of that out of the way, little YouTube journal I've been using lately titled Why You're Not Getting Fans. And I do just want to mention that these are just recommendations, suggestions. I'm not saying specifically that anyone is doing anything wrong or that you have to do this to be successful. There are so many ways to be successful. This is just my personal experience on what I've learned works well, doesn't work, or what I've noticed could be different. Sometimes people will send me their OnlyFans link just so I can check it out and see if it's looking well from an outsider's perspective. And sometimes there are these small little details that I think could help get you more subscribers. So if you are struggling to grow, hopefully this will help. Just know that I really believe anybody can do it. I know I get a lot of comments being like, oh, she only has fans because she has a YouTube channel, but if you watch that first video, I was doing OnlyFans for a week before ever promoting it on YouTube. And I was so it is possible. And if you are curious about my OnlyFans journey and my stats, you know, and how much I've made so far, how many fans I have, I know some people are very curious about that and just watched me grow from 6 months ago to now. I will end this video with a personal OnlyFans update on how my account has been doing. So with all of that being said, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, shameless self-plug your OnlyFans if you want. Make sure that you're subscribed. Don't forget to turn on the bell. I always shout out the first comments on my social media, so be sure to be following me on Instagram and Snapchat and all that. Also, just make sure you're subscribed.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
On a placé des centaines de closers et de closers depuis 2022. On a accompagné des centaines de business. On a remarqué que statistiquement, un coach en ligne qui intègre un nouveau stage dans son entreprise mettait entre 45 et 70 pour le rendre opérationnel s'il veut devenir. De l'autre côté, nos process sont tellement bons qu'on peut garantir en moins de 30 jours qu'il sera au KPI parce qu'on a des processus maîtrisés, ultra connectés. Et sur les jours, en 3, on va t'aider avec tout le processus de facturation. Tous les jours, j'entends les mêmes choses. C'est ce qui n'est pas performant, c'est du mal avec ma copine, je n'ai pas le temps de les former. Ils ne sont pas compétents sur leur métier, je ne sais pas quoi faire pour les aider à atteindre leur objectif. Et moi, j'ai vu ces problèmes avec mon équipe.
Oh my god, shoot me.
So just make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss the next OnlyFans video. I try to stagger them every 3 to 4 uploads just to provide some variety in my content. But I already know what my next OnlyFans video will be, so stay tuned for that. I'm so sorry this intro was so long. You can go. Netflix and wondering how much do I charge a month for my OnlyFans. So for a while I had it at $30 as well. Way too high. I dropped it to 26 and it works, but in the general view of OnlyFans accounts, that is still really high. A lot of people have their subscriptions ranging from $10 to $15, which is still pretty high now that I've seen so many accounts working through shadows and promos. I think the most successful girls or boys, anyone can do it. I just keep saying girls because most of the people that I help with OnlyFans are girls, but most of them have their subscription at $5, $6. I think the lower that you have your price, the more that people are inclined to subscribe because it's like, why not? Just $5, let's see what it is. And then if they like your content, they stay if you provide content in the DMs or more, they might pay for it. Trisha Paytas, I believe, has pretty low subscription rate. This other girl that I know, I'm sure other people have heard of her too. I don't know why people describe it, but she was on a Fearless Disease show, like a teen pregnancy show, and now she has an
Oh,
OnlyFans.
fantastic.
She started an OnlyFans, and I think hers is only $7.
Sounds like she's been moving up in the world.
Fans. So if you do the math, that's like a lot. Whereas me, my subscription is $26, but I only have a couple hundred fans, so it's still a lot, but it's on a lesser scale. But especially if you're starting out, I highly recommend having a subscription rate of maybe like $8, $10. If your subscription rate is $30, based on experience, I just know that a lot of people aren't going to be inclined to subscribe unless you already have a big platform and they're specifically paying to see you. If it's just like a new, like random girl that they don't know, it's harder to convince people to spend that much money when it's a bigger risk. So the second reason you may not be getting fans is you haven't posted anything. Your feed is empty. You don't have any photos or videos up. Imagine from a buyer's perspective, they go to someone's OnlyFans and see, because the numbers are public. So when you go to someone's profile, you can see how many posts they have, how many photos are posted, how many videos they have, and how many likes. So imagine if a potential buyer is going to go to your profile picture and they see that you have 0 photos, 0 videos, and 0 likes. Why would they spend $30, $10 to pay for nothing? You know, because lighting was so great for like 10 minutes until the sun stops being so dramatic and anyway, I get a lot of questions on Instagram asking me like, I just created an OnlyFans account, I have 0 followers. Should I be posting or should I wait until I get fans? Definitely build up a feed. Definitely post maybe like 10 photos, 2 videos. It's okay.
Spell that in. You're prostituted.
Two videos. It's okay to like your own things on OnlyFans. I know that it's kind of taboo and not really seen as acceptable to do that on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. On OnlyFans, I always like my own posts just so that it doesn't say 0 likes to my fans when it goes out. It helps me feel like there's more engagement, and then it also helps increase the number of likes that you have total because the OnlyFans that is public that is into the community. So go ahead and like your own post a lot, because if your subscription is $15, kind of think in your head, okay, what is worth $15, and then post that amount even before you have fans, just so that they
I'm
feel
worth
like
a little bit more than
and then
$15,
also
I
so that
feel.
people are intrigued to pay to see that you post.
Obviously, I'm like fucking overselling myself. Like, I don't know.
The profile picture or the banner photo. Because your profile is for the most part private unless someone subscribes, your profile and your banner photo are I guess 2 things of the very limited things that you have public for people to see before paying. Which means that you want to make sure that you're branding yourself correctly, really showing off like a good photo or something that
I'm not for
make
sale.
people be like, yeah, this seems great.
You should feel bad about
Personally,
this,
my
lady.
profile picture, as I'm sure anyone could click my link and see, is me from behind in a bikini. And then to be honest, I really don't think my banner photo is a good photo. I just have a clear color of yellow. I made it very discreet. This is advice I could use myself, just to find a better photo for the banner that might intrigue people. Oh, the sun is getting better. So if your profile picture is like a selfie or palm trees, maybe consider taking a look over your content, what you plan on posting, and wondering if you can choose one of those photos to post as your profile photo, or just kind of something that represents your content.
This is super
specifically
fun.
and whatever you're comfortable with. I always make sure to mention that too. Don't post anything that you're uncomfortable with, but if it is within your comfortability and what you plan on posting, definitely consider making that your profile picture, because this isn't Facebook, this isn't Instagram. It's not like a place to post a cute selfie. It's where people are paying to see your exclusive content. So take that into consideration, because you don't have a lot of things to advertise your OnlyFans with once someone is on your link. Once someone clicks on your link, they have your photos, as in your profile, your banner photo, and your text, like your bio part. Which plays into my next bit of advice and thing that I have listed on this list is not having a good bio, or specifically
Poor sweet
saying
child.
too much or too little in your bio. What I mean by this is some bios
Why?
are very, very specific, which is awesome. You want to be able to tell people what your description, what you're up to. But keep in mind, like I keep saying, this isn't like an Instagram bio. It's not meant to be relatable, cute, cliche, I guess, in a way, because this is really a place where you are trying to convince someone to buy your subscription. It's a place where you can kind of write out what you plan on posting. If you're doing adult content, mention that, because that will help someone want to subscribe. If you're doing fetishes or feet content, put that in the bio so that they know. Something that I would recommend not posting in the bio, and this is something that I'm probably going to get mixed opinions about, is I wouldn't say in your bio what you don't post, if that makes sense. In my mind, I feel like that's saying too much, and I would rather have someone subscribe to see more positive like what I do post, and then if they have questions, they can DM you, and you can either say yes, I'm open to that, or say sorry, like that's not my content. But you did your job by listing the content that you do post in the bio. And I know I might sound like a hypocrite because my bio is very vague right now, and this is a tip that I had in my other OnlyFans video was to keep your bio vague but specific. Mine, as I'm sure a lot of you know, because I noticed a lot of girls are using my exact bio. I'm not mad because plagiarism is like a form of flattery. Or what is that saying? Not plagiarism. Because copying is like a form of flattery. So, I mean, if it's working, good for you. It's not like I came up with that exact phrase. But sorry, I had to change the battery. But yeah, I know my bio is like very vague and not really specific. So if I could take my own piece of advice, I might want to list the type of photos and content that I make. I guess what I'm really trying to say with this one is like use your bio. You know, because I see a lot of girls that don't have anything in their bio, or just write down like California living or something like that, where it's like, you know, something kind of like vaguer than I would recommend. Oh my god, the lighting is sorry, I keep moving the camera so often. This video feels really chaotic, so I apologize for that. I promise my all those things I'm going to say though about the bio is just one of very limited things that you can use to utilize advertising for potential fans. So make sure that it is saying the right stuff and the wrong stuff, and it's just the right amount. Enough to be specific, but vague enough to make them want to see more. Awesome. The next tip of advice that I have for a reason why you may not be getting fans is because you may not be posting enough. Right now, I post content multiple times per day, and I highly recommend if you were starting out to be posting content at least once a day. If you want to grow that content and build that foundation, keep in mind posting up to 3 or 4 times a week, or only posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. That's great, but some people are posting like 3 times a day. So as a buyer, if you're looking at all these accounts and you see a girl with like a $30 subscription with AIDS, I'm just creating like the ultimate bad profile. I'm not calling out anybody, and I don't want to say bad, just things where it just like might not be as successful. So if you see like a profile account with, you know, a $30 subscription fee, a selfie as a profile photo, and then a bio that says like small town girl living in a lonely world, posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, compared to someone that has like a $10 subscription fee with a list of services that they offer and saying that they post every single day with an example photo of the content that they post as their profile and a hot photo for their banner. Like, I don't know, as a buyer, like, I think I might subscribe to one versus the other. The next thing on my list as to why you might be gaining fans is because in addition to you might not be posting enough, you also might not be promoting enough. Unfortunately, really the only way to get your OnlyFans link and like account out there is through promotion. This makes it so much harder to grow because there isn't an explore page. There isn't
Please.
the sort of algorithm that will send your account out to potential people that might like it and then have them find you. It really is up to you to brand yourself, post it, get it out there, which is why it's so important to promote. Do not give up. Keep going. You know, let's say you're promoting on Reddit or Twitter and you get one fan and you're like, oh, this is devastating. It's not working. It is working because you got that fan. So do not give up. Highly recommend checking out Reddit threads, Twitter threads, Instagram, but be careful because if you leave your OnlyFans link in your Instagram, I know that Instagram tends to delete accounts, so just be super careful with that. Linktree works best. It's basically a way where you can link more than one link in your URL on Instagram. Oh, I also had someone tell me that I should check out like workout threads to promote my OnlyFans, which I thought was a genius idea. But try to think about your audience and where most of your audience might be hanging out online, and then try to promote to that. I also recommended promoting on dating apps. Be careful with this one again, because if you come across as spam, a lot of dating apps will delete your account, so just be super careful with that. But yeah, unfortunately, the only way to really grow is to promote. So do not give up, because even if you think you didn't get a fan from something, it is still you getting your link out there, creating that trail almost of your own fans link. Who knows? Someday someone may find it and subscribe. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I also offered promos, so if that's something you want to try, definitely DM me on Instagram or Twitter. A lot of people ask me how I've gained most of my fans. This is very, very specific to my experience, but luckily YouTube has brought in a ton of audience for me, and if that's something that you want to do, if you're not staying anonymous, I highly recommend making a video about it, because OnlyFans videos do really well on YouTube, which makes sense. I mean, even myself included have looked up OnlyFans videos for research and kind of just curiosity. This next one is something that killed me, because you don't even realize that you're doing it until someone tries to use this and then realizes it doesn't work. So big. What I mean is, another reason why you might not be getting fans is because your link isn't reachable, or it's broken, or it doesn't work. This is set up in the settings here. So if you don't know what you're turning off in the settings, forget what it's called. It might be your geolocation or something. There is something in those settings. Don't mess with it, because what it means is it basically makes your link private. Sometimes when I do promos for girls, they'll send over their link to their profile, and I'll try to click on it, and it will say page not available. And they won't even realize that this is on, meaning that you could be promoted everywhere, doing everything right, and yet when people try to click on your link, it doesn't work. So definitely make sure, test it yourself, go into a new browser, or go on your phone if you're using your laptop, go somewhere where you aren't logged into your own account, and see if you can find your link, see if the URL that you posted works, because if that doesn't work, it's sad, because you won't even realize that it's broken, and that's why you're not gaining fans. The last thing that I have listed for why you may not be gaining fans also is kind of frustrating in my end, because it's something that you also don't realize you're doing, and I get this a ton in the comment section of my videos, and that is you're sharing the wrong link. It just breaks my heart. But a lot of people, instead of commenting their like profile link to their page, which is always like onlyfans.com/your username, a lot of people will post their referral link instead, and this is probably caused by them just not really knowing what their referral link is used for, or not realizing that there is a different link. The referral link is used for people that want to create an account but haven't yet. If you already have an account and you click the referral link, you'll just get your page. If you don't have an account, the referral link will work. So if you want to sign up for OnlyFans, use mine down below. If you are trying to share your account and promote your link, you don't want to use this, because it won't lead them anywhere. They won't find your profile. You want to make sure that you are commenting or promoting your OnlyFans profile link. I cannot tell you how many comments I've gotten of people commenting, follow me on OnlyFans, and then it's their referral link instead, which is so sad, because it's not even going to work, because even if someone wanted to subscribe, it's not going to take them to the correct page. That's my list of everything that I could think of for reasons that you may not be getting fans. I hope that this helps, and I did not want to come off as judgmental or like specific to anything in any way. Like I mentioned, these are just my opinions and things that I think may help you. So I hope you take this unsolicited advice positively, and I really hope that this helps you. Moving on to an update on my own OnlyFans account. At this point, it is second week of July. I started the last 2 weeks of January. In about a week, I will be doing this for exactly 6 months, and in that time, I have made, drum roll please, sometimes even the best advice you get. With the Amazon app, you can buy that special scented ease when you're on the go. drum roll please, $40,000, almost to the dot today. Of course, this is my gross income, which is, what I've made. OnlyFans takes out 20%, which puts me at around $32,000, which is still insane. Not to mention I got a question in my last OnlyFans video asking how much I make average per month, and at the time I really didn't know because every single month was different. Every single month was more and more and more. Now I'm starting to notice a pattern. So for the last 3 months, I believe I've made around $7,000 per month. That seems to be my average right now. Of course, things like always are growing bigger and bigger, so that may change. But for the last 3 months or so, it's been about 7K, give or take. Could be a little more, could be a little less. Right now, I'm at about 4,000 for the month, and I'm about 2 weeks in. So if I go at this rate, I will hit 1,000 for July, which is insane. I've received almost 500 fans cumulatively throughout these last 6 months, and I am still wavering in the 1% of creators, kind of fluctuating between 1.5 and 0.6. Sometimes it goes up to 2% if I'm not selling as much content as the previous week, or if I'm having a good week, it'll be like 1.3. But that's nothing on my OnlyFans account. Yes, I'm still doing it. That's how much I'm making. The sun is moving everywhere now. I always include a personal update on my OnlyFans account in my OnlyFans videos, so stay tuned for the next one, and we'll see how growth is going and all of that. But I really hope everything in this video helps you. If you have any other questions or things that you think I may have forgotten, please comment them down below, and make sure that you're caught up and have seen the previous OnlyFans videos that I've made, as well as checking out my merch down below and following me on Instagram for more deets on that promo. So all that being said though, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you real soon with my next video. Bye!
No, it's fucking gross. Very sad. I don't even know.
And to all the young women watching, you are not most likely going to be an OnlyFans millionaire, as many of these young women will tell you on the internet that you are going to be. The majority of people are not making anywhere near the kinds of money that these women are talking about on TikTok and Instagram. So they entice you and they bring you in, and you go, you know what? It's just one set of photos. Why not do it? And it charge $12.99 a month or whatever it is you charge, and the money doesn't come in like it came in for these women. So now you have this trade-off of the pictures are now on the internet for all of eternity, and you left that, footprint, that digital footprint there, and you didn't get the return that you expected. So now you either go deeper down the rabbit hole through more and more content and trying to create to make up for what you've lost, or you live with the fact that the digital footprint each and every body on it. And to all the women watching, who are not most likely going to be an OnlyFans millionaire, as many of these young women will tell you on the internet.
Don't mean to get on the child sex trafficking bandwagon, if there is one, but I'm pretty sure this is what that is. A referral program for OnlyFans? This is prostitution, no? It's
as many of these young
I'm like mortified.
I think we all can struggle with walking away from our families and not only suffering from guilt and self-blame.
That is just the worst ever. I cannot believe that's actually really happening. That's so sad.
Believe it or not, there are also some
Teaching little girls that they're only worth what someone will pay for them.
and even money. What business is it of theirs that you have decided to walk away? There's obviously something going on in the dynamic, and instead of leaning towards the erroneous assumptions and erroneous teachings of society that family is everything, they decide to go against you, to judge you, and maybe even out you. So in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the judgment that you may be experiencing. I'm going to give you a little bit of an explanation as to why that's happening. And hopefully by the end of this video, it's a little bit better. But before we jump in, let me just quickly introduce you to your information. My name is Sandra. I'm an internationally employed certified trauma therapist and licensed clinical therapist, and I specialize in therapeutic practices in children, teens, and families, as well as adults who are dealing with trauma.
One of you has my help. I profited it myself from the bones of dead frogs. It is one of my tools.
The BBC news too much of me on my head is expensive. Something of mine come into your possession. Another house full of suffering. I must go. Where is it?
One side tells me how to support the disease, while the other side tells me to not even cook. Allow that individual family member to do as they see fit. They may see that our society is talking about and to embrace it. Right? They're not used to it because it's not something that we totally value, right? We don't value independence in that way. We value independence financially. We value independence in relationships. We even value independence in our expenses. But when it comes to family, that's not an independence we have. We often want families to get along, stick together, love each other, and go along and play along with that erroneous fantasy that says is everything. You know, over the 14 years I did the last 14 years, I've often challenged that concept, not even on my channel, but always on my channel, I should say. but also within my private practice. Sometimes I would throw that same matter, families and everything, just so that my clients are going to ask me why. I often say family isn't everything if they have you. Family isn't everything if they abuse you. Family isn't everything if they cheat or impede you, right? And a lot of my clients just kind of sit there like, what? You could be telling me that right now. And yes, I am. Because that is a truth that not only therapists, right, but most of society doesn't believe. So what happens to you when you decide to walk away from family is that the family members within your family may start to struggle with that if you want to walk away or you have walked away. They may text you, they may call you, they may email you, they may even show up at your front door.
down.
Some, like one of our clients who has been through for the past 10 years, they went to withdraw because they wanted to address her about walking away from wasn't walking away and it still wasn't enough. You don't like this understanding of that. Or if you haven't walked away yet, cut it off. There's other family members in your family who are going to approach you about this. They're going to know why. They're also going to know that you know you walked away because you don't want to deal with whoever that other family member is. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, right? So they're going to ask you, why did you do it? Why did you do this, right? They may also try to win your heart and soul and try to bring you back into the family dynamic again, right? We run away, we share out our goodness, we don't want to get back, but then, you know, here comes that family member running after you, and they want to tell you how much your mother misses you, how much your father misses you, right? How this is going to break their heart, how this is going to harm the dynamic, how you are creating this separation and this detachment from each other, right? And all of that stuff that they are seeing to you is swirling in your mind, just swirling around in your mind, and then you start to feel these issues that help you self But let's be real here. There's some family that just aren't supposed to go on. And sometimes running away from them is the only help you can do. Block yourself from that family member who's trying to kill you. So what are some things that you should be thinking about and remembering if you are planning on or have already walked away from your family and you have family seeking you and maybe they're harassing or stalking you to get you to get back into the family? So what do you need to remember here? Well, the first thing I want you to remember is there is a connection between black families and people. Your family members have recognized for the first time, probably ever, that there's somebody in this family that has an independent thought pattern. And they have processed that they want to walk away. They don't want to be a part of this negative and unhealthy dynamic. That thought then led to feelings, right? Maybe you had some feelings of freedom. Maybe you felt surfaced. Maybe you felt, you know, liberated and relieved, right? And those feelings led to the behavior of walking away, or at least planning on walking away, right? So you want to keep in mind that there's often those family members who are in your family and they're considering what is going on in your mind, they're considering what you're feeling, and they're considering what you're doing. And so they can use that data, that information, and chase after you and try to make things better by changing your mind, by getting you to kind of disrupt your thought process so that you can go back into the family dynamic again. They may even bribe you, right? Or as what happens one of my clients years ago, they may lead you. The next thing that I want you to think about is something known as triangulation or the drama triangle. Now, triangulation is the concept that, you know, you have three or more individuals in a situation, involving the victim, the rescuer, and the person. Let me give you a visual of what this looks like. What does this I don't know about you, but I need visuals most of the time to help me figure out what I'm doing. So here's what this is going to look like, okay? And you can actually do this with me. You're going to draw a triangle just like this, okay? And I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that, okay? At the top of the triangle, there's a victim, okay? On the left side, there's a rescuer. And on the right side, there's a person, okay? And I'm going to show you how to typically develop an unstable, unhealthy family. So it's basically everything influences everything else. I'm going to show you that right now. So in this triangle, as you can see, the victim influences
Thank
the
you.
right? Because when they start talking about you, the victim, when they start talking about you, saying bad things about you, running to other people to rescue them, then you become the rebel in the situation, right? So you become that person who points the fingers, you're going on the bananas, you're the problematic individual. That position that you're playing is really a lonely position. So you're sitting over here all by yourself, with the cousins, right? Aunts and uncles, and different individuals. And then sometimes you also have friends, okay? And so here's the big triangle right here. We're in a triangle with your family members, with your friends who walk away from, or you have walked away from. And then all these other family members and people are all around you, okay? So that is basically triangulation. And then it's about, the family functioning a certain way. Now, this is one of the family dynamics. The family dynamic is different. What happens? You basically say, I'm out of here, or you've already left. The family dynamic is basically like something. You can hardly step back into it or say anything or talk to anyone before you feel like you're sleeping, right? The dynamic is just that highly charged, it's just that toxic, and it's just that poisonous, right? And so that dynamic is what causes some family members to run after you through that way because they don't understand the toxicity that they are. They are also a product of the dysfunction. And when you're a product of the dysfunction, you don't know anything to stay in the dysfunction, right? So you got to keep in mind that the family member is here. So you have a family member that's stressing you and saying, why did you get after me? Why did you leave? You're saying everything about you. It's because they are part of that toxic dysfunction themselves. You also want to keep in mind that conflict in these kind of issues has no such thing as reenact time. So when you leave a toxic dynamic, or you recognize that you need to get out of this dynamic, you have to keep in mind that there's going to be multiple reenactments. Reenactments of past relationships in the family, reenactments of trauma that may have happened in the past, maybe a reenactment of intergenerational trauma, right? And so because the human may be really intense and the dysfunction and the trauma and the toxicity, it's really easy for other family members to say, who does she think she is walking around? Who does she think she is? She's lost me. Or she put me on a Facebook. Or she put talking me on Snapchat. You have made a decision and you are standing on that decision because you want to get away. And family that functions in dysfunction, a family that functions in triangulation is not going to be able to accept that. So they kind of regress emotionally and psychologically. Some of them become, babies and children again. And so some may touch you negatively. Others may write you long emails and letters accusing you of things that you may also get somebody telling you this,